Eleanor Jacobs sat on her front porch, watching the hummingbirds dart around the feeders as the sun dipped below the Alabama hills. At 73, she lived a full life, raising 3 children, working as a school librarian for nearly 3 decades, and now enjoying her retirement with her faithful German shepherd, Max. But beneath the calm exterior, Eleanor had been grappling with the reality many seniors face. Her blood sugar had been climbing steadily over the years, her energy levels fluctuated, and she often found herself forgetting small things like the name of a neighbor or where she'd placed her keys. Her doctor, a kind but firm woman named Dr. Marilyn Fisher, had recently warned her that she was teetering on the edge of type 2 diabetes. "You don't need insulin yet, Eleanor," Dr. Fisher said, "but we need to act now. Small changes could have a big impact, especially with diet." Eleanor wasn't a fan of medications. She believed in letting nature do its work as much as possible. So, she began researching foods that could help her body function better without relying heavily on pharmaceuticals. That's when she stumbled upon something that would change her health journey forever, 4 so-called miracle fruits that were not only backed by science, but also praised by nutritionists and holistic doctors alike. The first miracle fruit she discovered was blueberries. Eleanor had always liked them in pancakes or muffins, but she had no idea just how powerful they were for someone her age. Rich in antioxidants, blueberries contain anthocyanins, compounds that help improve insulin sensitivity and regulate blood sugar levels. Dr. Fisher later confirmed what Eleanor had found. "Blueberries are one of the best fruits you can add to your diet," she said. "They're gentle on the blood sugar curve and excellent for brain health too." So, Eleanor began incorporating them into her morning routine. Instead of cereal, she'd enjoy a bowl of Greek yogurt with a handful of fresh blueberries. Within a few weeks, she felt a subtle change. Her energy improved, her mood stabilized, and she could think more clearly. Her weekly crossword puzzles, which had been getting more difficult, started to feel easier again. The second fruit came from an unexpected source. During a visit to her son Patrick in Florida, he took her to a local farmer's market where they came across avocados. Technically a fruit, avocados are rich in healthy fats, fiber, and magnesium, which can help regulate blood sugar. "You know, Mom," Patrick said as he picked one up, "my buddy from college is a nutritionist and swears by these. He says they keep his blood sugar stable and help him stay sharp for work." At first, Eleanor was skeptical. "They look weird," she laughed. But Patrick insisted she try them. That night, he made her a fresh salad with leafy greens, grilled chicken, and sliced avocado with lemon vinaigrette. She loved it. It was creamy, satisfying, and filled her up without that sluggish feeling she usually got after dinner. In the weeks that followed, Eleanor began making her own guacamole and even learned to top her morning toast with mashed avocado and a sprinkle of chili flakes. Not only did it help keep her fuller for longer, but she noticed that she didn't get those late-morning sugar crashes that used to plague her. Her walking group at the park even began asking her what she was doing differently because she looked more vibrant and had more pep in her step. The third miracle fruit was one Eleanor had known about her whole life but never truly appreciated: apples. Her grandparents had an apple tree in their backyard when she was a little girl in Tennessee, and every fall they'd pick baskets of them. Back then, it was just a fun family tradition. Now, it was a lifeline to better health. Eleanor read in a health journal that apples, especially the red varieties, are high in fiber and polyphenol, which support blood sugar control and heart health. What struck her the most was that apples also had natural compounds that fed the gut microbiome, something increasingly linked to brain health and cognitive function. She started having a small apple as a mid-afternoon snack, sometimes sliced with a bit of almond butter, sometimes whole, as she walked through her garden. Her digestion improved, her cravings for sugary snacks decreased, and most importantly, she began sleeping better at night. That alone, she thought, was a miracle. Her final discovery came through her neighbor Martha, an 82-year-old widow who swore by an unusual fruit she ordered online: tart cherries. "Not the sweet kind," Martha said, waving her finger. "Tart cherries. The kind that make you pucker a little." Curious, Eleanor tried them. She ordered a batch of dried Montmorency cherries and began adding a few to her oatmeal or snacking on them in the evening. Within a week, she noticed a significant change in her joint pain. The mild arthritis in her knees didn't bother her as much, and her nighttime leg cramps seemed to vanish. When she told Dr. Fisher about her new snack, the doctor smiled. Tart cherries are rich in melatonin and anti-inflammatory compounds. They can help with sleep and reduce oxidative stress, which in turn improves heart health and may lower the risk of stroke. By now, Eleanor had unintentionally built a routine around these 4 fruits. Blueberries for breakfast, apples for an afternoon snack, avocado with lunch or dinner, and tart cherries before bed. Alongside gentle daily walks, staying hydrated, and her beloved gardening, she began to feel like her old self again, only better. Her friends noticed the transformation. At her church group, people started asking her what she was doing. "You're glowing, Eleanor," one of the younger women remarked. "And you have more energy than I do." That's when Eleanor decided to do something bold. With Patrick's help, she started a small YouTube channel called Graceful Aging with Eleanor. Her first video? A storytime video called The 4 Miracle Fruits That Helped Me Beat Blood Sugar Blues. She didn't give medical advice, of course. She always included a disclaimer encouraging viewers to consult their doctors, but she spoke honestly and warmly about her own experience. The video went viral in her community. Seniors across the country started reaching out, leaving comments like, "Thank you, Eleanor. I never thought to try tart cherries. I'm 67 and needed this motivation. Starting today." "My mom and I both added avocados to our lunch. She says she hasn't had this much energy in months." What began as a personal journey evolved into a mission. Eleanor, a retired librarian, had found a new way to educate and serve her community by sharing the small, natural changes that made a world of difference in her golden years. Months later, at her next checkup, Dr. Fisher was astonished. Eleanor's blood sugar had dropped to safe levels. Her cholesterol had improved. Her cognitive tests were better than they'd been 2 years ago. "I'm proud of you, Eleanor," the doctor said. "You've done something remarkable." Eleanor just smiled. "I just listened to what my body needed, and nature provided the answers." By the time Eleanor turned 75, she was walking 2 miles a day, hosting weekly community cooking classes, and collaborating with her local co-op to distribute wellness boxes that included the 4 miracle fruits along with recipes and wellness tips. She didn't set out to be an inspiration. She just wanted to live better. But in doing so, she showed countless others that with the right nourishment and a bit of dedication,